Zombie apocalypse.
Sure po, madam.
Okay po, narinig po ako. Okay, so,
Yes po, ma'am.
okay, good afternoon po, sir and classmates. Let me share to you my project scope. Allow me to share my screen. Okay, so nakikita na po ba? Hello, nakita na po?
Hindi po, ma'am.
Wala pa
Hindi
po,
pa po,
madam.
ma'am. Wala pa po, ma'am.
Ay, sorry. Dito na. Okay. Okay na po ba?
Yes po, ma'am.
Sige. Thank you. Okay, so my project title is Digitize Learning Resources of Grade 11 Computer System Servicing. So yung project description ko po, learning resources are materials that teachers can utilize to deliver lessons and help students achieve their educational goals. So these materials can be utilized by both teachers and students to learn more about a specific topic. So when the educational system shift to the new normal of teaching learning process, many challenges emerge. And one of which is the fund for the reproduction of self-learning modules with which DepEd claims is difficult to sustain. So I know all the public schools experience the problem in limited reproduction of printed learning resources, especially in our school, in Daraga National High School, wherein ang school namin po is a big school, one of the big school in the division of Albay. So madami po talaga kaming students. So the school devises strategies to solve this issue by providing a variety of learning options. So may mga iba't ibang modality po kami. So including modular, blended, and online learning. So some learning resources were also supplied in digital form to students who are located in far places, and also yung mga blended and online learning or online modality, mga digital format na din ang binibigay namin sa kanilang learning resources. But we still having this problem until now. So limited pa rin po yung numbers of printed modules na ibibigay namin kahit namin sa mga students. Hindi po talaga kaya yung 1:1 ratio sa mga students. Sa akin po, naka-handle po ako sa klase ko. I have 75 students sa advisory class ko. And kahalahati lang po yung pwede namin i-provide sa kanila na modules or printed modules. So, may mga students po kasi na ang reklamo nila is pag digital copy daw or digital format ang sinesend sa Messenger or sa Drive, idina-download daw po nila yon and napupuno daw po yung mga storage ng kanilang cellphone. Meron din namang students na gusto din nilang digital copy because mas clear daw yung mga modules. Kasi yung mga printed modules po baga is mga black and white sila. Minsan yung mga colors syempre hindi mo na makikita, especially kung sa CSS, kailangan din yung mga colors sa for example, sa paggawa sa UTP cable. Ayan, kailangan may arrangement po ng mga colors, ganyan. So, that's why I created this application to help the students, the teacher, and also the school. So what is this application? So the Digitized Learning Resources app provides offline access to grade 11 computer system servicing, self-learning modules, and learning activity sheets, digital learning materials. So yung app na po na ginawa ko is for the grade 11 computer system servicing, lahat po ng SLMs and learning activity sheets ng grade 11 CSS ay nandoon po sa application. So, the application is designed in such a way that the learner has complete control over what, how, when, and where they learn. So, furthermore, in our area, we frequently experience bad weather and power outage. So, however, this app continues to work even in those uncontrollable circumstances. And this app will remain stationary as long as there is a power on your in the smartphone and the tablet. So actually po, yung application ko po na ginawa is for Android phones po. So this is an offline app that loads faster because it is not dependent on server operation or internet connection quality. So the apps may be shared offline using Share It apps installed on the Android phone, and then pwede din siyang i-share through QR code and link. So, yung file po na nung app is APK. So, talagang i-installed lang po siya sa mga Android phone. Okay, so for the project objectives, number one is to provide quality digital learning resources to the learners that will become a better alternative for them to enhance the development of competencies in their learning areas. Number two, to save time and money in reproduction and printing of the learning resources, to embrace the emerging educational technologies that will facilitate learning through the use of innovative apps. And then, sino yung mga beneficiaries ko? Of course, the students, the teachers, and the school. And then, ito po yung project timeline ng IM na ginawa. So, actually, ngayon, nagko-compress pa rin po ako ng mga file kasi I have to, ano yan, ng mga sizes nila. And then, the project development process. So, yung analysis, under analysis, I identified the challenges that the school, the teachers, and the students face due to the limited availability of printed learning resources. Design, gathered the learning resources needed, select a mobile app builder that is simple to use and free. So, yung pag-gather ng learning resources, yung bala ko sana, ang kukunin ko lang ng mga learning resources is from the division of Albay. Kaya lang, actually, meron na kasi kaming ginawang app for the division of Albay. Ako po yung gumawa ng app for the TVL. Kaya lang po, may mga kulang pa pong mga modules. So, yung sa CSS ko po, gumamit ako ng ibang learning resources na ginagamit ko na ngayon galing sa division of Pasig. So, select a mobile app builder. So, ang ginamit ko po dito na app builder is tankable. So, free lang po siya, kaya lang may mga limitations din na features, mga limitation na hindi ko magamit yung mga ibang features kasi kailangan may subscription. And development, design a user-friendly interface to keep the application lightweight, learning resources files and assets must be compressed. So, yung nga sinasabi ko, kasi yung sa tankable na ginamit kong mobile app builder, kailangan yung storage lang ng mga free account is 200 MB. So, pag nagsubra ko doon, hindi ko maaano yung application. So, kinocompress ko yung mga learning resources. Kahit kinompress na siya, dapat malinaw pa rin yung mga text and images. Sa implementation, conduct mobile application pilot testing to ensure that the app is of the good quality and meets the user expectation. So, ipapagamit ko siya sa aking mga students. Baka po next week kasi magkakaroon na kami ng face-to-face starting sa Monday. And evaluation, prepare a feedback form to assist the developer in improving the developed app. And ito po yung sample na interface nung ginawa ko pong app. So, this is for grade 11 computer system service. So, yung sa self-learning modules pa lang po yan. And, yun po. That's all po.
Okay, thank you so much, Ma'am Jacqueline. Okay, so anyone, do you have any comments or commendations, suggestions? Okay, wala naman siguro. I know. Okay, but anyway, ma'am. So, yung product mo or project mo, ma'am, is medyo may similarity din sa final project ko rin kay sir, yung
Yes
mobile
po, sir.
application. So, based on the interface of your application, ano po, ma'am? So, it looks like an ebook, parang ganun. Parang dinigitize lang yung ano, na modules, converting it
Um,
to PDF.
yes po, sir. So, yung design po, ako na po mismo yung naglagay ng interface. Kasi sa Tankable, wala po silang mga template na ano.
See. So, maganda, maganda, ma'am. Especially if it can be accessed po offline, ano.
Opo.
However, how, sige po, ma'am.
Opo, sir. Offline po siya.
Po, ma'am. Maganda po kahit offline. Maganda. But however, ang problema naman sa mga ganitong project natin or instructional material natin, what if yung learner is walang gadget? Yun lang. Medyo meron pa rin ano, konting, ang tawag, problem. So,
Yes po.
hindi lahat makaka-experience ng application. But anyway, it's okay. Kasi nga, base din sa survey, almost 98% naman or 90% or I mean 60% ng mga students merong gadget. But anyway, so that's all. That's all, Miss Jackie. Thank you so much for your presentation.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, who wants to go next po?
Ako na lang po, sir.
Sure po, sir. Sir Henry.
Okay, thank you, Sir Junel. Good afternoon, classmates, and to our class facilitator for today, Sir Junel. So, actually, yung presentation ko is pre-recorded na siya. So, just let me know po kung audible po siya. Kung hindi po, I will present my other presentation. Okay, please allow me to share my screen. Wait muna, sir, parang may technical problem po dito pag-share ng screen. Kita po ba? Okay.
Okay na po, sir.
Okay. Please let me know po kung okay po yung audio niya.
Excuse me po, sir. No
Yes
sound
po.
po, sir.
No sound
Wala
po.
po.
Okay.
Opo.
Okay. Ito na lang ako, sir, sa kabilang presentation. Okay. This one, sir, kita po.
Yes po.
Okay. The other one kasi is naka-online siya. Okay. Okay, for the project scope, cover po dito yung number 1, which is yung project title, project description, project objectives po natin. And then the next one is yung project beneficiaries, project timeline, project development process, the final project output, and then the project evaluation and feedback. Okay, for the project title, which is the mock-up and operational manual for SMAW or Shielded Metal Arc Welding Machine. Okay, for the project description, okay, this project aims to focus in providing the trainees, learners, necessary knowledge and skills and detailed procedures in operating a shielded metal arc welding machine. These mock-up and operational manual that are being developed were designed specifically for shielded metal arc welding machine, welding trainings. And then for the project objectives, this project aims to identify the functions of the different parts and components of the shielded metal arc welding machine. This also aims to provide detailed procedures in operating the machine. This project aims to determine how and when to do machine maintenance and troubleshooting. This also aims to will also help the trainers by reducing the learners' hours of explaining the procedures in operating a shielded metal arc welding machine. And then for the beneficiaries of this project are the trainers and trainees of shielded metal arc welding NC1 and for shielded metal arc welding NC2. And here is the timeline or the Gantt chart of the instructional material, which started we assume March 19 and expected to finish on May 28, 2022. For the first activity, this is the project proposal, which commenced on the first and second week. And for the instructional department discussion, which commenced on the third week. And for the development of the instructional material, falls on the fourth to 8 weeks, same with the documentation. And for the ninth week, this is for the approval of our BIS or your book instruction supervisor. And then for the 10th week, commence the evaluation and the final implementation. Okay, for the project development process, we use the ADI, which stands for Analyze, Design, Develop, and Implement, and Evaluate. Under Analyze, shielded metal arc training have limited time, so it requires skills mastery. So it focuses on actual demonstration, thus limit the lecture time. And for the design, okay, the project design for small training for easy identification of the parts, components, and functions of the welding machine. And under develop, the project aims to develop a mock-up and operational manual for small machine for detailed operation and procedures. And therefore, implement the testing of the mock-up and the operational manual will be integrated in the CBLM and at the hard trade department. And for evaluate, so there's the feedbacking from the trainer and the trainees after every training as evaluation, validation of the mock-up, and the operational manual. So here is the project documentation. Wait, sir. Wait muna, sir. Merong... So here. So for the project documentation, the welding machine shown in the video, ito yung magiging subject or the mock-up. So lahat ng mga parts, components po nito ay dismantle. So ilalagay po siya sa board together with its label and functions for easy identification of its parts and function. So thank you for watching. So this is Henry Bilista signing off po. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sir Henry. Okay, so anyone, do you have any comment or suggestions to Sir Henry? Wala naman. Wala naman po. Okay, sige. So, napansin ko lang po, so we have different projects or outputs. Yung iba sa atin, it can be submitted PDF and PDF since most of us gumawa ng manual at saka anong tawag doon, mga modules. Okay, for Sir Henry, for mga devices, ano po yung isasabi niyo? Video po ba? And I think as much as possible, documentation, okay na po yun, documentation. For my opinion lang po. But please ask Sir Kenji if ano pong format or anong tawag dyan, output ang isasubmit nyo for the devices na ginawa or machines. So just like what Sir Henry made.
Okay. I think for me, sir, I will submit the video presentation or the documentation from the start of the uh, preparation of the mock-up, and well, of course, the documentation or the documents in the PDF form of the operational manual.
Um, Sige po. So operational manual. Yung sa mock-up po, sir, ikaw mismo po yung nag-design po. Ano po?
Yes, sir. Bali kasi, sir, since pagpasok ko ng test, so turo for 3 years, so wala pa kaming ginagamit na mock-up, which really, kumbaga, kain yung oras sa pag-discuss pa lang. So with this, kahit wala ako, so makikita yung parts and makakatulong sa pag-lessen ng lecture time when it comes to the parts and components of the machine.
Okay, sir. So maganda, sir. Um, ano po ba, sir? Medyo na-mental block ako doon. But anyway, sir, di ba is mo po yung metal shielded, ang tawag dyan? Welding.
Yes, sir.
Shielded metal and welding po, arc welding ba? Ano meaning po yan?
Yes po.
So I hope, ayok po dun sa isasubmit mo pong, ano tawag, isasubmit pong document sa presentation mo po is stated yung meaning ng SMAW.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, sige po. Thank you so much, sir. And aside from that, sir, I think mas instead of some documentations, additional to your documentations, I think mas maganda siguro, sir, if gagawa ka, sir, ng parang demonstration of your machine, kung paano gamitin, or just describe po the use of your machine.
Actually, sir, kasama po siya doon sa sa operational manual. So kasama na din po din yung yung I think it's a presentation, voice over or video presentation. Discussing yung every parts and components of the welding machine.
I'll see. Okay. So it means, sir, yung manual mo po, sir, it's not totally more on words.
Yes, sir.
Or document. Meron siyang audio.
Sir. Including, sir, yung maintenance and for troubleshooting if may event na magkaroon ng problema yung machine po.
I'll see. So maganda, sir. Sige po. Thank you so much, Sir Henry. So meron na lang po tayong dalawang presenter na natitira, si Miss Filma and Sir Jekon.
Ano, sir, yung susunod po?
Sino pong gustong mauna?
Sir,
Miss...
wala lang po.
Sure po. Medyo mahina po yung audio, sir.
Naririnig na po ba, sir?
Yes po, sir. Pero ganun pa rin po, sir. Medyo mahina.
Medyo mahina po. Alisin ko na lang siguro, sir, yung yung earphones. Naririnig na po ba, sir?
Okay na, sir.
Opo, sir.
So let me share my presentation. Nakikita na po ba yung presentation? Sir?
Okay, sir. Okay.
So, as ulit po ako kung nakikita po kasi hindi ko makita yung screen. Nakikita po ba?
Yes po, sir. Nakikita po.
So this is my presentation about the project scope. Printed instructional material featuring audio-visual demonstration. So the instructional material topics. So first is alcoholic and non-alcoholic ingredients of cocktails, recipe of popular international standard mixed drink, mixing tools and equipment, specification of uses, glasses and garnish required for the different types of cocktail. And then, yung mga subtopic po nito is, ang pinaka-final result po nito is the prepare and mix arrange of cocktail. So the project description, so this topic focuses on the knowledge and skills necessary by all food and beverage service providers to produce and mix various drinks. It also covers the proper operation, cleaning and upkeep of mixing tools and equipment. The project objectives determine which elements in cocktails are alcoholic and non-alcoholic and identify the various components, tools, glassware, processes used in the preparation of cocktail. Yung aking pong project beneficiaries for the Diploma in Hotel Service and Restaurant Management students and bartending NC trainer, ako po, and din yung trainees po. Kasi meron kami dito nominal duration also at diploma program. So sa aking Gantt chart po, so magtatapos po yan sa May 28. Okay, so project proposal, first, second week. The tourism instructional department discussion in the third week. So the IM development, 4th to 7th week. Documentation also in the 5 to 8 week. Approval from VIS in the 9th week. Evaluation and final implementation po in the 10th week. So sa final implementation po, so base pwede ko po itong in connection to evaluation once na natapos na po yung training ng bartending kasi hindi ko pa po natatry itong with video demonstration sa klase ko. So we have the project development process. Analyze first, one of the difficulty in creating cocktail is becoming familiar with the various brands used in each recipe. The goal of this instructional material is to help students improve their technical education abilities by using printed material and audio-visual example. Sa design naman po, so the training is 80 hours long and the written instructional material covers the familiarization with various tools and equipment as well as the consumables and the cocktail making process. A self-check exam and task sheets are also included. So sa develop naman po, so the use of textual and multimedia demonstration might help trainees comprehend the process better since video demonstration using actual work areas in the institution are more engaging. Sa implement naman po, so the students or the trainees per bartending NC2 qualification per batch as long as they meet the scholarship program requirement and the trainees will complete RPL, pre-test and pass all the competency modules which will contain instructional material and video demonstration. To measure the trainees' learning, institutional assessment will be required. Okay, dito kasi sa amin sa TESDA, bago namin pinapa-assess yung estudyante, bukod sa tinatawag nilang pre-assessment, so meron din tinatawag na institutional assessment per units of competency to ensure na yung students po is meron talagang learning na nakuha base doon sa institutional assessment tool na gagamitin po. So sa evaluate naman po, the trainees, the institution tourism department, and the vocational instruction supervisor will all submit feedback and the amount of bartending NC2 passers in the national exam will justify the validation of the instructional material. So ang purpose po ng aking printed material and yung audiovisual demonstration is para mas makita ng estudyante yung process kung paano nga ba gumawa ng cocktail. Kasi po minsan, di ba, pag once na wala pa tayong consumables, is mahirap po yung pag-demo natin sa bata. Example, parang nag imagine lang kung paano gawin yung cocktail. So by the use of the demonstration video, so makikita nila kung paano nga ba ginagawa yung cocktail, yung different method natin, and then yung itsura po ng cocktail. So I have here, nakikita po ba yung screen? Nakikita pa po ba? Okay. So meron ako ditong sample video demonstration. Fast forward ko na lang po. Nakikita po ba sa screen? Sir?
Yes po, sir.
Okay. On how to make a cocktail. So play ko na po.
Yes, sir.
Pero hindi ko na po tatapusin ha. Yan ako muna po.
Tinatawag natin dito feedback para sa ating preparation. Nalagay po natin sa
Forward ko na po pa para makita po yung end result ng cocktail.
you have to shake it. You have to shake it well. So, gagawin po na ito, matanggal. Tawagin po natin if glass which is the vertical impact.
So, hindi ko na po tatapusin. Yun lang po. Stop ko na po yung presentation ko, sir. So, kung may question po, pwede po mag-ask. Hello, sir.
Okay po. So, thank you, Sir Jeffan. Okay, so meron daw po ba kayong questions? Okay, anyone? Wala naman siguro, ano. But anyway, so your output po is the same with kay Sir Jake. Video demonstration din, parang ganun. So parang ang mangyayari, your output will be parang video tutorials for specific competencies.
Yes, sir.
Okay, tapos napansin ko din sa time, yung duration ng video mo, okay, 3 minutes, which is good. Kasi during our seminar sa YouTube or sa Google, sponsored by Google, kung gagawa ka ng mga video presentation or tutorial, as much as possible, hindi siya masyadong mahaba, more than 10 minutes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, para hindi ma-board yung estudyante. Kasi kung masyado siyang mahaba, more than 10 minutes or gawin natin 20 minutes, ang ginagawa lang naman ng estudyante, pino-forward, hinahanap lang yung pinaka-importanting details or information. Okay, so maganda sir yung video mo, 3 minutes and specific lang yung area or topic. Hindi mo inubos sa isang video yung lahat ng topic ng modules mo.
Yung ano kasi sir, yung topic ko dyan sa yung na-cover sir na topic, yung sa tools, yung pinaka-final niya talaga is mixing. So, ang ginawa ko sir, gumawa na kasi kahit magbasa yung bata, i-memorize nila yung recipe. Once na hindi nila nakikita yung cocktail making, is mahihirapan talaga sila. And when it comes to location-wise sir, dito na yung practical work area. So makikita talaga nila kung saan nakalagay yung mga different tools and equipment kasi and yung mga brands ng mga alak and then yung consumables mong ginagamit. So medyo once na nagpa-demo na ako sa kanila, so medyo familiar na sila kasi doon sa demonstration video is nandito na po tayo sa practical work area.
Okay, so thank you so much, sir. So speaking of demonstration, sir, ng back demo ng estudyante, sabi mo kanina, medyo mahirap para sa atin yung subject natin na performance-based. So can anyone share po how how or ano yung mga binibigay niyo pong assessment to test or examine the competencies acquired by the students?
So, sir, sa amin kasi, per unit of
Mm.
competencies, meron kami tinatawag na performance criteria. So, dapat na-met ng bata yung certain criteria para pumasa siya dun sa units of competency. So, once na di na-perform ng bata yung um, yung hinahanap ng criteria is not yet competent siya doon sa competency yon. So, pwede niyang ulitin yon hanggang sa makapasa siya.
Okay, sir. So speaking, sir, of criteria, meron nga po tayong criteria. Meron dito na-share si Sir Abila. On my case po, sir, since limited face-to-face po kami when it comes to performance-based, ang ginawa ko po, if maximize ko po yung ginawa kong SIM, good for me, so that mabibigyan sila ng panahon para makapag-perform ng task nila. So, meron siyang allotted time for the performance task. So ang tanong ko naman, so ano magiging final output niya? So, kay Sir Jake po is photos and minsan naman daw meron siyang pinapa-prepare sa estudyante na videos. So, i-video nila yung sarili nila habang gumagawa. So, ganun din po ba sa iba? Share lang.
Dito sa amin,
Yes
sir,
po.
dito sa TESDA, kasi face-to-face na kami dito eh.
Okay.
So, nakikita talaga namin yung performance ng bata base dun sa kanyang ginagawa, kung nasunod niya ba yung performance criteria. And once na medyo kaya naman i-notice na hindi pa namimix ng bata, example, sir, kunwari, mali yung ingredients na nakuha niya. Pwede mo siyang masita bago niya pa magamit yung ingredients. Kasi di ba consumables yun, sir, mahal yun, yung mga alak na ginagamit natin. So, in demonstration, mas ma-assess mo talaga yung bata kung nakuha niya yung skills.
Okay, sir. So, it means, sir, limited face-to-face po kayo sa
Pwede.
test.
Actually, sir, 100% na kami ngayon.
Hindi na siya limited. Okay. Pag sinabi kasi limited, yung homework more on concepts. Tapos pag face-to-face na, saka sila mag-perform. Wala silang lecture sa on-site. So, but anyway, sir, thank you so much for your presentation, Sir Jekon. I think we can go now to our last presenter,
Yes, sir.
Ma'am Vilma. Are you ready na po? Ma'am Vilma, are you still there po? Wala po ata kayo, ma'am, na audio.
Hello sir, good afternoon po.
Yes, good afternoon, sir.
Siguro sir, habang hintayin natin si ma'am, baka pwedeng i-present ko muna yung aking project scope.
Sige po, sir. Sure po, sir.
Sige po. Ma'am Vilma, permission po. Let me share my screen. So, ito po, project scope ko, last time ko po pinoward kay Sir Kenji for his commendation. But, for your, natin, evaluate, for you to evaluate and free naman po mag-suggest. So, nakita na po yung aking slide. So, hindi ko po makikita kung sino po yung may tanong po So, paano na lang po.
Yes po, sir.
So again, good afternoon. I'm Ryan T. Wardmin. So,
Hi, my classmates. So, dito po sa aking project scope, so my title of my project is Mock-up and Operational Manual for basic automotive electrical wiring. So ito po, since automotive, ano po ako, instructor in Camarines North State College. So, I utilize the mock-up available in our school. So, available facilities na po siya. And ang inano ko lang po sa kanya is yung operational manual. So, medyo luma na kasi yung aming mock-up. At ito yun yung tinatawag na automotive electrical wiring board. Ano po? So, mamaya po, ipakikita ko po yun. So, yun po yung aking title, Mock-up and Operational Manual. So, for the project description, so this mock-up and operational manual will help the students, specifically the automotive students in Camarines North State College, to deepen their understanding the wiring headlight, the wiring horn circuit, the wiring power supply, and wiring signal light circuit, and so on and so forth. So, yun lang muna po kasi yung inano ko po dito. So, ginawa ko ng operational manual. So since parang nag-local evaluation na rin po kami sa school, so parang mababago po kasi itong title ko. So magiging worksheet na lang po siya. So kapag operational manual po kasi medyo marami pa pong process ang gagawin. So ito po since piniresent ko lang din po sa inyo and para makita nyo po. So the students can easily manipulate these devices. It can also promote collaboration between them. So madagdag ko lang po, so ito pong project scope na to is for basic automotive electrical wiring without using a relay. It is a supplemental device that helps to assure the quality of learning in automotive subjects. And also for the other course related like TESDA. So the objectives of our mock-up and operational manual are number one, it is a supplementary device in automotive electrical wiring. So yun na nga po, without the use of a relay. So number two, to promote students' creativity, imagination, and help to achieve course objectives. And last, to improve the learner's knowledge and skills in performing to the following. So, wiring headlight circuit, wiring horn circuit, wiring power supply, and wiring signal light. So, nagawa po ako dyan ng mga operational manual. So, for the beneficiaries, for Roman number 4, the students taking automotive course or any related course, like in TESDA, so with sa mga instructors like us, so the teachers or the trainees handling automotive subjects or any related course also. So for the project time po, so here is the Gantt chart. So there are targets of activities, the planning, approval, the IM development, the implementation testing, the evaluation, and the approval. So for the planning po, so medyo mahaba po yung pagpaplano sa paggagawa po ng IM. So unang-una is inisip ko muna, and for the approval of our school heads or with our program chairs, so naisip ko na i-suggest or for me is yun na nga po yung naisip ko, yung automotive electrical wiring diagram circuit board. With the use of operational manual. So for the approval, so inabot po siya na it should 9 2 weeks, so March 19 to 26. And for the IM development, so I start on April 2 to 30. So ganun talaga po ka proseso yung paggagawa po ng IM. So for the implementation testing, so maybe ano kasi po ginawa ko na ito last sem on the same month. So May 7 to 14. So mamaya po ipakikita ko po yung picture po ng aming mga students. So implement this IM. So for the evaluation, so last week, so nagkaroon po kami ng local evaluation. So yun nga po, medyo mababago yung title po sa IM. So magiging na po siyang, instead of operational manual, magiging na lang po siyang worksheet in automotive electrical wiring. So, and for the approval, so waiting po tayo dyan. So next slide is the project development process. I use ADI design. So correct me if I'm wrong, ano po, or ADI method. So for the analysis, so automotive course needs a practical application to understand better the lesson. So mock-up is a great help to attain the objectives of lesson that needs an hands-on application. So yun talaga po, kailangan talaga po ng mga students na mag-hands-on pagdating po sa ganitong course. Also in electrical wiring. So napaka-critical po. So next D, A, D. Okay, for D, first D is the design, the operational manual for mock-up in automotive electrical wiring can be used by the automotive students and any related course. Anyway po, naririnig pa po ako. Anyone? Okay. Thank you, sir. So,
Yes po, sir.
yung mamaya, ito po yung kanyang design. So, ito po. So, po yung design po ng mock-up automotive electrical diagram board, meron po board, and meron pong yung mismong mock-up na pwede po silang mag-hands-on. So, hindi ko na po, ito po yung design, hindi ko na po inisip pa. So, balik po tayo dun sa ADI design. So, yan rin po yung ginagamit sa TESDA NC2. So, for the development, so the operational manual includes pictures and illustrations so that the students can easily utilize the mock-up. So, mamaya po, doon na po yun. Papakita ko po yung mamaya sa development. And may mga specific instruction para po yung mga students, whether naka-ano po sila, naka-remote po sila, and naka-module. So, yun na po yung ibinibigay ko sa kanila. Pwede po nilang gamitin yung pwede nila yun. And then, nagbibigay na lang din po ako ng instruction na pwede nilang i-provide na gamit. So, for the implementation, so the students will divided into 2 groups. For the group 1, so example, for the implementation, for the group 1, they will use the operational mock-up. So, meron pong operational mock-up with instruction, and the other group will not. So, the result of the performance will be evaluated. So, doon po natin makikita kung ano po yung kahalagahan po na meron pong operational manual with instruction na yun na nga po IM natin. And for the evaluation, so the evaluation will be based on the result of the implementation. So, yun po yung magiging ano po ng evaluation. So, ito po yung namin last May 2021. So, nag-anticipate na rin po para po sa limited face-to-face. So, yun po, after na ibinigay ko po yung operational manual na yung IM, so nagpasa sila sa akin, nasa board, nasa illustration board with may mga components. So yung binigay ko sa kanilang manual na nasa papel, so ginawa nila doon, in-apply nila doon sa with the use of battery para po mapailaw. So after that, pagpasa nila sa akin, undergo na po rin kami ng yung actual pa dito pa sa tunay na assessment held by the TESDA. So yan po yung ginawa ko para at least ma-experience nila kung ano ba talaga yung tunay na buhay. So I use mock-up and operational device. So pasensya na po dun sa spelling po ng device, so nagmamadali lang po yan. So for the project evaluation and feedback, will be soon malalaman po natin. So ito po, papakita ko lang po yung aking ginawang operational manual na ibinibigay ko sa aking mga students. Wait for a while po. Sa mga ilang nakalagay. Paano ito? Wait na po mga sir. Nabilisan ko na. Ang dami kasi slides na nakabukas. Ayan. So nagawa rin po ako. Ito po kasi inaano ko pa rin siya. Nagpo-produce pa rin ulit ako. Para naman medyo din sa mga students. Wait lang po, ayos kasi piso wifi. So medyo mabagal po yung aking internet. So nakikita po pa po yung slide. Ayan. Palakihan ko na lang. Signal. Okay. Ayan. So ito po yung parang magiging cover. So mock-up and operational manual. So school level. So tertiary level and for the test level. Of course, automotive electrical. The topics are the automotive electrical.
Zombie apocalypse.